Welcome to The Bottom Line Up Front, the podcast that cuts through the noise to deliver distilled insights from today's most important technical webinars, presentations, and demonstrations. Designed for federal and military IT leaders, each episode breaks down complex technologies into mission-ready takeaways so you get the key points fast. Whether it's cybersecurity, cloud architecture, or emerging defense technologies, we highlight what matters most and how trusted integrators like ATP Gov can help implement and operationalize these solutions across your agency or command. No fluff, no filler, just the bottom line up front. Today, we're breaking down how Cisco Thousand Eyes delivers end-to-end digital experience and visibility across networks you own and the ones you don't, and what that means for citizen services, mission operations, and hybrid work across the .gov and .mil landscape.
I think we all agree a lot of the public services, the outages are reported by the third-party providers, but as the ISP or the cloud providers like we show. But you are responsible for that digital experience of your end users and of the citizens and of the customers.
Agencies have historically tracked network up and down situations, but citizens and mission users judge their experience in the form of page loads, app responsiveness, and call quality. And those things come across in a chain that you don't fully control. Things like DNS, the ISP, the CDNs, the clouds, the apps. When something breaks in this chain, questions begin to pile up. Is it DNS? Which reason? Is it the VPN, the Wi-Fi, the cloud provider? In this instance, Thousand Eyes turns guesswork into evidence by mapping the path, on-prem or in the cloud. It follows the exact failing hop or service.
Several months ago, one of our agencies, don't want to name it, they had their main application out. One of the main applications that citizens had to interact with to book appointments, download records, they couldn't access it. Internally, employees could not access that application. We didn't know exactly what the problem was. So was it a cybersecurity attack? Was it a network issue? Was it an application issue? Nobody really knew what it was. So as you can imagine, there was a war room. On the Cisco side, there was an attack case going on for about 36 hours. My team got engaged, and within an hour, we were able to identify where the issue is.
An example cited in the webinar that we're breaking down was a citizen-facing app went dark. Internal staff were blocked. Teams suspected a cyber event, an app issue, or maybe it was a network problem. But within an hour, the guesswork was gone. Thousand Eyes had isolated the problem with an internal switch connected to a mainframe, ending a 36-hour war room spiral. That's mean time to response reduction with mission and citizen impact.
So our claim to fame is you want to say goodbye to the guesswork so we can take exactly to where the issue is.
So let's talk about how Thousand Eyes works. It uses cloud agents, globally distributed, which act like end users and run synthetic tests to public services, and they also capture network and server metrics and reveal outside-in experiences. When deployed inside of the agency, on Linux servers, via virtual machine OVA, or on Intel NUCs or Cisco infrastructure, Thousand Eyes can be used for campus, branch, and data center vantage points to on-prem and cloud-based applications. Used as an endpoint agent, laptops and collaboration endpoints provide last-mile visibility, such as Wi-Fi signal, VPN path, Teams, WebEx, and Zoom flows, and that means leveraging the new wireless device support can extend Thousand Eyes into campus Wi-Fi troubleshooting.
It's not just about the customer's network. It's a full entire digital chain. So Thousand Eyes, our value is, A, we provide full visibility of networks that you own and networks that you don't own. So being able to have visibility of what it looks like from a baseline perspective for an upgrade is also one of the valuable reasons why people use Thousand Eyes. So number one is visibility. We provide network visibility. It's a network intelligence tool that provides visibility from end to end of owned and unknown networks, and we correlate that to the performance across every single layer. So the loss, the latency, the jitter, the Wi-Fi, every single thing that has to do with the server, from a response time and a page load, because an experience requires how long the page loads also. How is that impacting the overall digital experience?
Which can also include tests like HTTP and HTTPS server and page load waterfalls, BGP path monitoring, SIP registration, and UDP tests, along with API transaction checks. Think Google Maps for the internet, revealing ownership of the issue, ISP versus CDN versus the agency network itself. So let's talk about some federal use cases you can act on now using Thousand Eyes.
What I want to talk about right now is CISA. They're one of our early adopters of Thousand Eyes. They use it even though it's in a commercial environment. It was really kind of initial discovery and pattern recognition. they realized that they had blind spots within their network, right? A lot of finger pointing. As Timmy mentioned before, those war rooms, right? Well, when they start having issues, they're a little bit more catastrophic. Identifying an issue with an attack or something like that, it's really important. So they saw the initial great part about Thousand Eyes. They was like, this is amazing, right? They saw the quick wins and aha moments. When they actually showed them a demo of Thousand Eyes, similar to what Timmy had shown us, they were like, okay, let's get this done. What's the problem, right?
On citizen-facing websites, you can compare DNS, the connect times, TLS, the wait times, and page load across agencies to understand where users stall and fix what you own or escalate with evidence to providers. In the webinar, agencies like the EPA and DHS were used as examples, referencing Akamai hosting and object waterfalls to illustrate real load behavior.
I'm testing from these cloud agents that are globally deployed around the globe at different locations, not on a federal agency website, not on a federal agency premise. And this is about the digital experience of citizens accessing the Department of State, HUD, Veterans Affairs, Treasury, Labor, Commerce. This is the page web load. It should be sub 3,500 milliseconds. And the reason it should be sub 3,500 milliseconds is because that's about 3.5 seconds of a page loading before the human eye says, I'm bored, I want to get out. And I'm going to switch from Walmart to Kmart to Amazon to Target.
For hybrid work environments, you can use ThousandEyes to validate Wi-Fi, VPN, and last mile performance for remote users, reducing help desk spikes by alerting on real experience failures. No more of these ambiguous, I can't reach Azure or Cloudflare type of scenarios. You can also use ThousandEyes for SD-WAN and ISP accountability, thereby proving whose fault it is and ending finger pointing with objective measurements of loss, latency, jitter, and BGP path changes. You can also create collaboration assurance by instrumenting Teams, WebEx, and Zoom endpoints, as well as Cisco collaboration devices to diagnose poor call or town hall performance for senior leadership engagements. And finally, use ThousandEyes to establish baselines pre-upgrade and continuously test during refreshes and migrations to predict and prevent regressions. ThousandEyes has an active FedRAMP moderate path with a phase-based feature availability. Initial FedRAMP release focuses on core visibility, including integrations like Splunk. Partners and agencies like CISA have been involved as sponsors and early testers, feeding federal requirements into the roadmap. So you can expect ongoing expansion toward parity with the commercial ThousandEyes product over time, plus FedRAMP to FedRAMP integrations across SD-WAN, collaboration, security, and Meraki products. So does ThousandEyes require a heavy lift? Not really. Deployment intent is lightweight. Agents behave like users and follow existing security paths. SSL inspection, user auth, SGT tagging for SDA, and the goal is continuous testing with alerts before the help desk is overwhelmed. SIP tests and registration with a case-by-case Splunk integration approach round out the practical rollout considerations. But here's some steps we've compiled based on the information we were provided to help you get mission ready with ThousandEyes. Map mission workflows to agent placements, whether they're cloud, enterprise, or endpoint, and align those to CONUS and OCONUS sites, DMZs, and critical applications. Stand up synthetic tests, define your experience SLOs, for example, DNS with less than 25 millisecond response times and page loads of less than 3.5 seconds, and publish dashboards to the ops floor as well as leadership. Build tiered responses, what to check first, how to read waterfalls, integrate pre and post change tests into CAB processes and SD-WAN and linked migrations to prevent regressions. Stage telemetry for knock and sock tooling today. Plan phased FedRAMP to FedRAMP integrations, including Splunk and OpenTelemetry as features to unlock in the future.
Everyone's delivering digital experience, and that's the top initiative for the government. So
what's the bottom line up front of Cisco's ThousandEyes? As we know, federal and military missions rely on citizen-facing services and resilient internal systems. ThousandEyes aims to provide end-to-end visibility across the full digital supply chain, inside and outside agency networks, so teams can see, prove, and fix experience issues quickly. Outages and performance degradations are frequently outside of your traditional network boundary, those being DNS, the ISP, the CDN, and BGP path changes, including cloud provider incidents or last-mile Wi-Fi instability. All of these impact your users and your mission outcomes. But in the end, perception is reality, and most customers think that you're responsible for the digital experience even when the root cause is not on your network. Therefore, ThousandEyes provides end-to-end visibility via cloud, enterprise, and endpoint agents to pinpoint root cause rapidly. Synthetic tests emulate real users and correlate network and server metrics, including loss, latency, jitter, TLS, page load, and all of that can be harnessed across the digital supply chain. And for agencies who already use ThousandEyes, FedRAMP moderate authorization is targeted on the current roadmap with a phased feature rollout and integration plan. So even before there's full parity with commercial, the FedRAMP offering unlocks core visibility for .gov and .mil agencies that can leverage a FedRAMP moderate implementation. In the end, digital experience is the new uptime, and ThousandEyes gives federal and military teams the proof and the path to fix issues fast, whether it's yours or someone else's. So if you want help crafting a Vantage plan and a baseline that survives real-world change, ATP Gov is ready to lead your proof of value and operational rollout. Be sure to reach out to ATP Gov today at www.atpgov.com or email info@atpgov.com or check us out on social media on LinkedIn. Thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe to The Bottom Line up front wherever you get your podcasts, and stay tuned for more distilled insights from the front lines of tech and national security. So until next time, stay secure, stay mission ready.